Hey guys, it's Christine, also known as Ivy Winter, and thank you for joining me for another Unpopular Disney Opinion. This kind of came up from a recent talk on the TTA podcast, but also it's just been in my heart for a long time, and I need to get it out, you guys. The new test track is better than the old test track. And I know that this is a pretty split opinion. It'd be really interesting to see if I'm wrong in that. I know that there are people who vehemently love old test track. I don't get it, you guys. I remember it very well, and I'm glad that it's gone. Okay, so old test track, for those who don't know or don't remember, or like me don't want to remember, it was based on like a crash test dummy sort of vibe, right? Very bright, astronomically bright lights. I remember in the queue was supposed to be like you were in a car factory and you are a crash test dummy, sort of, who is testing this car. The music in the queue was horrible. I hated it. It was like all of these noises that were supposed to be like construction and machinery noises, making a song, but it was awful. Like, I'm sorry, it was awful. It was like having a cavity drilled. So not a fan of that. And I mean, I guess the premise of the story was, yeah, you were kind of like a crash test dummy testing a car, which is a little bit terrifying. It was, instead of being able to build your car, you had this really long kind of okay video, pre-show video. Not all that interesting. And I didn't really like the car designs they had. So they really went with the whole construction yellow and black, sort of thing. And so that was on the cars, and that was, you saw those bright yellow signs as you were going through the ride, and basically we're just testing the ride. There was a voiceover of the same people from the video who were like, okay, going through like the rocky roads area looks good. Like, that was basically, that was the whole ride, guys. And then obviously you go outside and you get to do that last part of the test. And then they refurbished it, and now it's way cooler. Now you walk in, it's like I'm at Stark Expo with cool music, and you're seeing all these futuristic kind of car designs while you're in queue. You get to make your own car. Like, this is the thing that puts it above old test track. They took out the boring video, and you get to make your own car. Being able to make a pre-show interactive in some sort of way, to me, is everything. It totally changes a ride. It makes it more personal. It makes it more fun. And you get to create the car that you're going to test. And, it's based on different things like speed and efficiency, etc. And you can make the design wacky as hell. You can make it really sleek and cool. You can really think about what you're doing. You can go crazy and just add huge wheels and weird mufflers. I love how creative you can get with it. I feel like every time I've ridden the ride, I do something very different. I don't always try to like do the same sort of design. Everything's always felt different, from like weird little clown cars to we've made big tanks. And you just have fun with it. And then you get to compete with other people in the car with your cars. So competition's always fun. I love that. I think that always gets people interested. But what a better way to spend your time than just staring at a video. And then, you use the Magic Band. That data of that car is on your Magic Band, and it goes through with you to post-show, which is awesome. Okay, so car redesign so much better, just cooler colors, all that jazz. And then it's like super Tron inside. And some people think that's a negative, but I think that's a positive. I love Tron. I love all things kind of Tron. I love the cool lights and all of that. I like that it just seems more cool and less goofy. And that music build up right before you go outside of that like launch is awesome. I love it. I just think it's so much more fun and so much more sleek and cool and modern than what they had done. It's weird because I feel like old test track felt dated just a few years into opening. Like, you could feel how dated the idea was. This feels like it still works, Then post-show, you got one of the best post-show areas, which I don't really care about the cars. Some people are big car people. So by all means, I think getting in there and being able to sit behind the wheel of different designs of cars is really, really cool. I don't drive. So For me, that's really not appealing. But what I love is you can still take the information of your car. The first thing you can do is see how it stacks up against other cars of the day. You can make your own commercials with it, which are hilarious. You can, drive it in other little mini games. Like, there's stuff that you can do with the car that you designed, even beyond the ride. And I think that's awesome. So overall, I just think that what it gives you is so much more. And people complain and say that the old one had more story. I think the story is still there. The story is you built your own car and you're testing it against other cars. I don't think you need a deeper story than that for the kind of ride that it is. I would never trade being able to build my own car for anything. And also the Crash Test Dummies music was terrible. Those are my feelings on Test Track. I still it isn't like my number one even in Epcot. I don't always do it because the lines can be insanely long, but sometimes if I'm going solo, I can do single rider and what have you. But it's still a really great experience, and it's a better experience than the old one for sure. Just everything is just visually more interesting and high tech, and I like that a lot better. Those are my feelings. New Test Track is so much better than old Test Track. I watched a video of old Test Track before filming this, just as a refresher, and my God, not a fan. That's just me. I would like to know in the comments below, do you agree with me? Do you like New Test Track better than old Test Track? Or are you a Crash Test Dummy fan? I don't know. Just let me know in the comments below, which one do you prefer and why? I want to hear your arguments. If you like this video, then like it. If you like me, you should subscribe. I make videos every single week. Tripping on my words today. I appreciate you guys tuning in, spending some time with me. Hope you're all doing well, staying home, being safe and healthy. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a great rest of the day. Bye.